Welcome back to the little Jeep build. This is a 53 CJ 3B and starting to come together nicely, but I noticed that my water pump was leaking. And it was the original water pump. I was hoping to reuse it, but the shaft was leaking. So I'm going to rebuild this at some point, so I'll keep it around. It's an older one. It's made in the USA, so I want to keep it. But I went ahead and bought a new one for now because I have not done that and I don't want to be stuck without a water pump. So I went ahead and picked up a brand new one, $40. It's from the Big O there, and just I think I got this on Amazon. I'll put a link in if I did. I can't remember for sure right now. But I forgot to order a gasket with it. So I thought we could go ahead and make some gaskets today. So I got a bunch of different kind of gasket material. This is some old paper. This is some rubber. Couple different kits that I bought. So I thought we'd go through, select what is going to be the best material to make this gasket with, and then we'll make one and see if it leaks. Okay, so I have, as I said, a bunch of different types. And right away, this is a nice paper type gasket. I don't want to use that. We're gonna take it off the table right away. Rubber, this is some nice rubber material that I have, but obviously this is not gonna be good for a gasket either, so we'll get rid of these two. So now we're back to the couple of different ones I have here. So I have a Mr. Gasket. This is a fiber gasket. It's 1/64 of an inch, this little bit, and so we'll take a look at that in comparison with the thickness of our original gasket. And then I have this, which is 1/32. Very similar, but basically double the thickness. So this one is too thick, I believe. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that one out. And then this was a big rule by Felpro. It talks about everything that it's good for. Timing covers, fuel pumps, differentials, distributors. So we're gonna take that one probably out of the grouping. Then I got this little packet of them from Harvey's, and this one is got a black fiber 1/32 of an inch. So it's kind of between the sheet from this one and this one that we're gonna look at doing. Okay, so we got our caliper out. We'll check this one. Oops, right there. We'll say that that's correct, 0.70 millimeters. Let's check this one. I think this one might be a little thick too. Ah, I was wrong. 0.72, so that is very close. That means this is gonna be probably a little on the thin side. That's about half the thickness of the original gasket, so that's 0.36 millimeters. So we're gonna use this material right here, which is in a handy dandy little nice flat sheet. So let's make the gasket. Okay, so some different things that you're gonna wanna have to make good gaskets. Get yourself one of these little set of punches. They work great. They make nice, clean, crisp holes. A good pair of scissors, pen to draw with. You're gonna want a little hammer. Now, and that will get you going. I made like a little paper template just to see how close this was, because the original gasket was damaged, as you can see, and so you get a little bit of distortion in there, and I didn't want that. So this is pretty close. We're going to transfer it onto here, and then I'm going to show you what an old-time power plant guy showed me for how to make gaskets. And so you end up taking your ball peen hammer, you get it on there, and then you tap all the way around, and that will give you your gasket shape, and it will actually cut it if the edges are nice and crisp on your castings. So let's see if we can do it. Okay, so you can see I got two holes, two of the bolts just kind of going, and it's stuck on there. So now what I'm gonna do is take my hammer and just kind of start working where I know that that center hole is. Hopefully you guys can see. There we go. So now I'll take it back off and I will put it on the water pump itself and finish making this gasket. Okay, we're back over here at the table. Here is our gasket that we just knocked the center out, and looks like the holes line up very nice. So now we do the exact same thing we were doing on the engine block, only here on the bench. So kind of get an idea where the holes are. So there's one. And here's going to be our next. So there's our second one. And then, well, I'll go ahead and take these out and just tap them, pull them out, and then we can put bolts in all of them. Okay. There we go. So there's our gasket with all 4 bolts in. Perfect. All right, so now we're just gonna go around and tap this outside edge. Just okay, so you can pretty much see our shape is coming together. We just got a couple of spots. There we go. Some of the curves are a little, there we got it. All right, I think, wait, there we got it. All right. So our gasket, whoops, sorry, that got shot a little bit. Let's see how it came out. So there is our nice new gasket. And let's lay that on top of our old gasket. So you can see how that ends up looking. Whoops. Compared to the old gasket. So that should work for us. Just a little side note, bigger pieces that you have, like there's not really that much here that you could really maybe make another gasket, but this piece here is a little bit bigger, so I'll throw that back into my stuff. That way if I need to make one another time, a small gasket, I have the material. Okay, water pump is all back on. We torqued it down to the spec. Let's see, where is that? Water pump is 12 to 17 foot-pounds. That's on a 65. I'm going to say that's pretty close to the exact same on this particular engine, right in that area. Double check those for yourself though. But let's go ahead and fill this thing up with some water and we'll see if it leaks. Okay, so I ran the Jeep, took the temperature all the way up, let it cycle on the thermostat a few times, and I'm happy to report there are no leaks. So our gasket was a success. All right, so obviously you're not gonna make every gasket for your project. Buy a kit. The kit's gonna be the cheapest way for you to get gaskets, and they're gonna be probably of good quality if you get a nice kit. But it's also nice to know that you can make your own gaskets if you need to. So I think having some material around so that you can have some different thicknesses, have some different types. It's always great if you can just make your own in a pinch. And that way you don't have to wait around for shipping or anything else, or if the auto parts place is closed, you're gonna be able to get your project back on the road quickly. Thanks for watching, guys.